The movie begins in a Chinese police station, where a gangster was beating a police officer. Because that police officer has detained the gangster's wife. After the officer's beating, he was on his way to take his wife and another companion. He wonders if something wrong is going to happen. Because there was a strange kind of silence on the roads, their cars also disappeared. Later on, their rivals and enemies ex-gang encounter them. They surround them in such a way that they are unable to flee. The ex-gang leader starts to shoot at the members, and the head of the first gang tries to escape. But the ex-gangster's leader makes his attempt useless by stabbing him with an axe. As a result, his leg cuts. Now, Brother Sum, the leader of the ex-gangster, approaches him by horrifically dancing. Brother Sum repeatedly strikes him with his axe. The man begs him to leave him alone, but Brother Sum denies his pleading and continues to beat him. All of this was taking place in front of the police station, and the police were powerless to intervene because the ex-gang had purchased them. After defeating that gang, ex-gang acquired more strength. Their strange dancing and thrashing frightened people. Now when ex-gang rules everywhere, and everyone is terrified by them. While there was a society, everyone lived in peace because it was a poor people's society. The ex-gang has nothing to do with poor people because they have nothing to benefit from them. A landlord and landlady were responsible for the entire society. The landlord teases people with his weird habits and the landlady always remains in anger. In this scene of the movie, she appears to be still angry, and she demands rent from everyone. During this, she slapped a boy. We notice two strange individuals at the gate of this society, and it appears from their actions that they have some wrong intention. Now they demand money from a boy by saying that they're from ex-gang. However, instead of being frightened, people beat them severely, and when these two boys are in a panic and about to flee, the landlady appears. Tsang, who claims to be a member of ex-gang, is terrified by the landlady but does not show. He ignites a firecracker and tosses it at the backside of this society, because along with Tsang the people of this society know that they throw firecrackers to signal the rest. When Tsang was about to leave society, the members of the ex-gang emerged in reality. When Tsang throws a firecracker, it lands on the head of one of the members, who rushes here furiously. Upon entering, he inquires of Tsang who threw the firecracker. Tsang accuses the landlord. The landlady, by watching their tattoo of axe, understands that they are really the people of ex-gang. She runs incredibly, in order to save her people. Now the people of ex-gang threaten a boy to whom Tsang demanded money. But the boy doesn't scared and says that he isn't afraid of them. Meanwhile, the leader of gang became angry and was about to attack with his axe. Suddenly a mysterious thing attacks him and he falls in a bin and his spine breaks. They signal the other members of the gang, and their entire army appears in a matter of seconds. They threaten everyone and want to know who beat their member. But no one has an answer, and when they don't get one, they become even more furious, and they sprinkle petrol on a young lady and her child. And Brother Sam asks again who has beaten his member, but no one replies. He lights up a lighter and throws it on a lady, but meanwhile, a boy appears and takes everything on him. He declares that he has beaten the general, although it was a lie. Listening to this, all the members attack instantly. He jumps in the air and uses his legs to encounter everyone. Taylor appears to assist him, and together they beat everyone with their tremendous blows. When a gangster realizes that they are about to be defeated, they pull out their guns. Before they can use it, their guns hit the wall like magnetic attraction. The gangster becomes astonished at how it is possible. During this, a man appears with a long knife from the restaurant. He attacked with his knife on gangsters and kept breaking their guns. He was defending himself against those who pointed a gun at him. This fight quickly turns into a hurricane, and the gangsters flee. After this, the leader of this gang becomes furious. In his anger, he punishes Tsang and his brother, the two boys who initiated the fight. They handcuff these boys and Tsang opens it within 3 seconds. The people of this gang become shocked and consider him talented. Now a man suggests he opens his brother's chain as well, and he opens it within no time. All the members became very impressed with him, and Tsang requests to Brother Sum to include him in their gang. But Brother Sum replies that they'll include him in his gang when he'll kill anyone. Later on, Brother Sum assigns him a task to kill a man in this society. He promises to include him after that task has been accomplished. Now Tsang and his brother were worried that how they would kill the people of this society. He knows that the people of society know martial art, and Tsang tells him that he also knows Buddha martial art. Here the flashback of Tsang's childhood life is portrayed. There he met a bagger who presented him a book and said, if you read this book you'll be the most powerful. You could do anything that you want. Tsang gives all his savings and takes that book from him. Tsang, following the instructions of the bagger, practices the moves. After a few days, an incident happens in his life. In his school, a few boys tease a little girl. Here he goes to save her to put his skills to the test, but his moves fail and he gets insulted. Here he realizes that the world is only for bad people and only they could win. He acknowledges at this moment that the world is just for bad people, and only they can win. The girl was saved here, but Tsang decided to become a bad man in order to make a lot of money. During this, an ice cream seller girl passes through. They go to her as a customer. They run without paying her and get on the train. She chases them, but they both make fun of her. Here we notice Brother Sum, who hires special killers to kill the people of society. The leader of X gang wants to take revenge from those who have beaten him and attacked him. Now, the killers he hired were blind. They complete their mission with the help of musical instruments. It means they kill people with the help of musical instruments. At night they go to the targeted society and sit at a specific position. Here the man notices who saved the lady in the last fight, but he ignores the mysterious people and moves further. The killers play their musical instruments with the help of sound waves. Suddenly knives come out. As the man looks backwards, all the knives stab him and he dies. The killers were successful in their first attempt. Now there were 2 more people in their hit list. One was the tailor and other was the restaurant owner who beat them. For this purpose, the blind musician brings the tailor out so he could kill him. Tailor on the other hand too was powerful and a fight between 2 starts. They both come out during the fight, and musicians again take their position. The restaurant owner arrives with a large knife to assist the tailor. He keeps the knives away from himself, which were coming from musical instruments. In a few seconds, they again bring out their musical instruments with their weapons, and this time a gigantic sound resists their musical instruments. After noticing this, they realize that someone else is there too. Who is more powerful than Taylor and the restaurant owner? During this, these instruments kill Taylor too. Here we come to know that the incredible noise was of the landlady, who was more powerful than them. The musicians again take their position to attack the landlady, but then the landlord appears. He holds them and throws them by swinging them. But the musicians don't give up and hold their instruments again. They made such sounds from which demons produced. Those demons were about to attack the landlady and landlord with swords. Landlady shouts once again, breaking these monsters and throwing out the musicians. People were heartbroken by the tailor and the restaurant owner's death, as they had saved them. After this, we again watch, Tsang and his brother are thrown out of the train, perceiving them as beggars. Here they again see an ice cream seller girl. They go to her and demand money. When she refuses, they open her box. They realize that she couldn't speak. The girl tried to remind Tsang that she is the same girl whom Tsang rescued in childhood. But Tsang breaks her lollipop and ignores her. As he moves further, the people of X gang appear and holds him. They told him the purpose of being caught. They tell him that he is a member of X gang now. As the member of X gang, he is assigned to kidnap a man from a mental hospital. According to their instructions, Tsang goes into the building and opens a big locker. There he sees an old man sitting on the toilet and was reading a newspaper. He takes this man to Brother Sum. This old man was actually a killer. Everyone knew him as a beast. He is called by Brother Sum to kill the landlord and landlady. He wants to take revenge for his insult. Here the appearance of Beast was so strange that no one could call him a beast. To test, a man of Brother Sum shoots a bullet at him, which he catches with his fingers and proves himself a beast. Beast stands up and uses his incredible powers and hits a table with his leg. Besides the table, the earth and the wall crumble. Seeing all, people in the club were horrified. But here we notice 2 people sitting calmly. They were landlord and landlady. They come to kill Brother Sum in order to save their society from any threat. Brother Sum also came, and the landlord and landlady indicate him towards a giant bell. They say that this is the gift for Brother Sum. Brother Sum becomes more furious to see that bell. Landlady angrily smashes the table, causing it to break and fall on the beast. But the beast doesn't get affected. On the other side, the landlord attacks the beast by jumping on his face with his legs, but it also has no effect on him. When they notice that Beast doesn't have any effect. Later they both attack him together and Beast in a single punch throws them away. Later on we notice, Beast with his martial arts moves attacks on the landlord. Landlord defends himself at the same pace. As his speed decreases, Beast punches the landlord. Watching this, landlady become furious, and to kill Beast she uses her shout technique. This time Beast gets affected, but he controls himself by moving backwards. Now Beast laughs and attacks her as well. All of a sudden landlord and landlady brought a bell and used the bell shout technique. With the huge echo of the shout bell, everything breaks and is scattered. And Beast too was affected badly. But as everything gets broken, Beast survives astonishingly. He attacks on them with chopsticks furiously. During all this, Tsang enters. He was in the appearance of a gangster. Brother Sum hands him a stick to strike on the landlady and landlord. Instead of them, the good man of Tsang emerges and he strikes on the Beast's head. Beast becomes agitated and instead of them, he begins to beat Tsang. Seeing the opportunity, The landlord and landlady took Tsang and ran. Landlord and landlady bring Tsang at society. We notice Tsang fully wrapped with bandages. He was healing soon beyond imagination in a few minutes. Tsang breaks all bandages. Here we notice Tsang outside, where Beast comes with gangsters in society. Here a fight was held between Beast and Tsang. We come to know that Tsang is more powerful than all. He beats all people and throws them in the air. He thrashes Beast with his kick, which had a serious effect on him. And he collapses. He was attacking Beast by using his martial art and Beast was defending continuously. Beast blows his body like a balloon and attacks on Tsang, throwing him in the sky. On reaching clouds, he sees his master Lord Buddha and he gains more power. He lands from the sky while making a sign with his hands. With the power of that sign, gangster fell down and a big hole of Tsang's hand appeared in the ground. When he comes back on Earth, he attacks on Beast with his hand at distance. Beast gets out of the building. And there was a big hole. The same mark appeared on the wall as it was on the ground. Beast confesses his defeat and he states Tsang the only master. Here we notice Tsang becomes a good man as he was in childhood. He opens a candy shop where he welcomes his childhood friend. They both happily get in the shop. And the movie ends. Please like, share and comment our video. Take care till the next